They were actually having less risk of sudden cardiac death. Those who got two doses lowered the odds of unexplained sudden death by 50%, 49%. The hazard ratio was 0.51, that is 49% reduction in incidence of death was there. So this is very clearly showing that COVID vaccine was actually beneficial and not really harmful.
Dr. Karan, would you like to add something?
So COVID, like any pandemic, जब जैसे pandemic situation होती है तो pandemic में the most important concern was the risk to life. So the risk of mortality यानी जो हम death का risk बोलते हैं,
शिफ्ट नहीं होगा भाई, ये नहीं पाना पड़ेगा, चेयर हम पीछे आ जाते हैं.
So कोविड जिस तरह एक पेंडेमिक की सिचुएशन आती है, द रिस्क वाज कि बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों को इट्स अ रिस्क ऑफ लाइफ एंड यू नीड वैक्सीन जिससे हम लाइफ प्रिवेंट कर सकें. तो कोविड वैक्सीन्स वर इफेक्टिव वैक्सीन्स एंड दे प्लेड, उन्होंने रोल काफ़ी प्ले किया जिससे मोर्टेलिटी वाज रिड्यूस्ड. एंड जब हम बात करें कि सिचुएशन ऐसी है कि पेंडेमिक चल रहा है, सो वैक्सीन इज समथिंग विच इज़ दी ओनली पॉसिबल मेजर जिससे आप लाइफ प्रिवेंट कर सकते हैं. सो आई थिंक दी वैक्सीन्स were used in बहुत large number of people and they were effective, जिससे कि they had a lot of benefit in preventing the excess mortality जो lives were prevented. तो अगर हम एब्सोल्यूट टर्म में ये बात करें कि रिस्क बेनिफिट प्रोफाइल, तो जो बेनिफिट वैक्सीन प्रोवाइड करती हैं और जो वैक्सीन ने बेनिफिट प्रोवाइड किया उसका मैग्नीट्यूड बहुत ज़्यादा है. और जहाँ तक जैसे बात की अभी डॉक्टर नारायण ने भी कि सडन कार्डियक डेथ पे भी कुछ ऐसी स्टडीज़ हुई हैं जिन्होंने जितनी भी कोविड वैक्सीन अभी तक यूज़ हुई हैं उनका एक रिव्यू करके, डेटा सिस्टमेटिकली रिव्यू करके कि क्या कोई एक्चुअल में सिग्नल है सडन कार्डियक डेथ से. हार्ट के भी जैसे बहुत सारे सिम्टम हो सकते हैं, सडन कार्डियक डेथ से कोई क्लियर एसोसिएशन ऐसा उन स्टडीज़ ने क्लियर शो नहीं किया है जो भी स्टडी के बारे में बताया. तो ये बात करें तो वैक्सीन्स यूज़ करना काफ़ी ज़रूरी है. वैक्सीन्स इन पेंडेमिक सेटिंग वही एकमात्र एक रास्ता होता है जिससे आप एक खतरनाक जानलेवा बीमारी से आप जीवन बचा सकते हैं. एंड वैक्सीन्स मेरे ख्याल से जितने भी लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं सब ने कोविड वैक्सीन को यूज़ किया है. तो आई थिंक देखा जाए तो जो बेनिफिट की बात है वो वैक्सीन्स की, वो किसी भी एक जो स्मॉल अप्रिशिएबल रिस्क जो भी उसके मुकाबले में काफ़ी ज़्यादा बेनिफिट है.
कुछ और कोई और ऐड करना चाहता है?
ये जो स्टडी है ICMR और AIIMS से लेकर के जो पर स्टडी की है, क्या ये कोवैक्सीन और कोविड दोनों पे हुई है या फिर कोवैक्सीन पे?
ये जो स्टडी अभी जो प्रोस्पेक्टिव स्टडी जो हो रहा है in collaboration with ICMR and AIIMS, I am part of the study along with Department of Forensic Medicine. Dr. Abhishek is also there. So there is a lot of questions. We spoke about the benefits of Covaxin, mortality benefits. There are less mortality. That's all fine. So there are still question remains is whether this vaccine is causing some kind of a death or not. Still that question remains with all of us. If you can correct me. उसी के लिए हम यहाँ पे बैठे हैं. Thing is to see whether the death what is occurring in young individuals, especially in India, whether there is any relation to the Covaxin, the vaccine, COVID vaccine or not. So इसके लिए हमने prospective study की. तो we had few original studies. One was in the acute phase of COVID, जिसमें जो admit हुए थे cardiac intensive care में जो मर गए. So we examined some samples, all the organs in these patients. The most common cause when the patient is having acute COVID infection is lung infection, lung damage, severe lung damage. उसके बाद everybody knew that lung damage हुआ, oxygen therapy fail हो गई and the patient went for multi-organ failure and he died. So that was the cause they expected, and even our histopathology, microscopic examination, everything showed the similar results. उसके बाद क्वेश्चन आई why after the COVID infection who survived? So almost all of us had some evidence of different severity of COVID infections, right? So there is nothing like that. I never had COVID infection. Maybe my infection may be less severe when compared to others, right? So all of us have received vaccination. So जो acute phase के बाद जो survey हुए, some people died anyway. Some people died at home, especially the young individuals. Some literature, some media says कि heart infection हो गया, heart infection से they मर गया. The only cause, especially when you see the healthy individuals wherever around the world, if a healthy person, if is dying suddenly, most common cause is heart. If you have brain infection, you can survive. If you have lung infection, you can survive. Any other organ which is involved, you can survive a bit. But sudden death when it occurs, so the most culprit, what everybody says, heart attack से मर गया. So everybody knows that. अभी मैं healthy without any past medical history एकदम से मर गया, heart attack से मर गया. That's the layman terminology. Even the medical field also believes the same. The what cause of the heart attack is actually a layman terminology. For everybody, the heart attack. When you see the causes, there are n number of causes actually causing stoppage of the heart. Heart एकदम से बंद हो गया, the patient died. Okay. So एक क्वेश्चन सबके मन में था, heart attack से हो गया. We examined the heart samples of all those patients who actually died during active COVID infections. Some लोगों ने बताया कि heart में inflammation हो गया. We out of 100 patients, if you see, less than 2% had some evidence of heart inflammation. That in medical terminology we call it as myocarditis, inflammation of the heart. That can lead to, when it is severe, that can lead to sudden cardiac death. It is only 2%. So forget about that study. So recently, a lot of queries, lot of question marks regarding why young people are dying suddenly everywhere. As sir already mentioned, there is a social media platform showing that कहीं पे भी death हो गया तो everybody knows. अरे dance करते करते death हो गया. Everybody knows. It comes in newspaper, it comes in TV, it comes in WhatsApp, it comes in all social channel media channels. So we are aware about each and every death which occurs suddenly. Almost all of us. So yes, whether the death what is occurring at the present scenario in young individuals, is it same like the prior COVID era or is it different? So we conducted this study with the help of ICMR funding. So the initial part of 1 year prospective study has been submitted under Indian Journal of Medical Research that we have. It will be coming in the next, it is under review, it will come. So I'll just brief you the first.
How many samples? How many samples?
Yes. Till now, till today, we have analyzed around 300 samples for present. The article what we have published is 1 year prospective study, which around 100 cases, 98 to 100 cases. Of all the cases who died suddenly, okay, who thought either their relatives or friends, they said, बहुत ठीक ठाक था, suddenly रात में मर गया. So we included all those patients. Almost all of them, they had evidence of COVID vaccine. So when you analyze the initial data, what we have sent for publication, that I am telling you, the most common cause of sudden death, especially in young individuals of aging 18 to 45 years, less than 45 years, more than 18 years, is the cardiovascular.